Hello and welcome to my route to Bergen City Marathon 2026, where I'm following Chatgpt, heavily influenced by Lee Granthams' style of training as well. And basically what I do is I put it all into Chatgpt and it kind of brings in the training block. And we are on week 10 of the training block. It's Sunday. Going to do my long run now. Literally 6 weeks left in the block, and so it's a 16-week block. So yeah, getting up to like the more kind of defined part, like the really building thing. We're off the base and getting onto the preparation part now. It's been a normal week, and that you saw like in the other video for the midweek session, and that's now. I've just done a Friday recovery treadmill run. That was 127 beats per minute. So very low for me. Lovely. Very slow. Yep. And then yesterday, Saturday, I did after I got home from work, I did an hour kind of low aerobic run. And that was 140 beats, but the Chatgpt wanted 135 to 145, so slap in the middle. Very happy with that. So plan on this long run, hour and 15 minutes slow, kind of aerobic, nothing going over 145 beats per minute, and then with an absolute ceiling of 148, and then in half an hour after that, or after the 115, or 30 minutes of 148 to 152 marathon pace beats. So that's an ongoing kind of line. I don't have the pace yet. The heart rate will determine the pace, and then it's just half an hour cool down afterwards. So what I'm going to do is exactly the same run as last week. I'm going to run out to the track, run around the track, so I get a good steady stable data. We can compare the two runs, and then that's my Sunday done. I'll better get going. It's getting a bit windy and chilly out here, so I'll catch you guys after the run. Hi, yeah, that's the long run done. I was hoping to kind of do a bit of a walk back video as I finished down the bottom of the hill, but it was so windy out there, I just thought you wouldn't be able to hear me anyway. So back inside, all done and dusted, recovered, and let's get this segment of the video done. So yeah, long run, 2 hours and 19 minutes. I covered 22 kilometers. And an average pace of 6:20, but that's bearing in mind I got like 3 different segments of this run. It was an easy run, then a marathon pace kind of BPM part, the heart rate, and then back down to an easy run again. So I kind of had all my Garmin bits segments set up. So if my heart rate got too high on the caps of what I was going to be doing, then it would just let me know, so I would back off. So then basically what happened with that is, there was 2 parts of the run I go uphill, and I knew that there was steep hill parts as well, so I jogged slowly up on that bit, and then when my heart rate got too high, then I walked the rest of it, and my heart rate was still climbing as I was walking up the hill. So I knew that it was never going to be a bit, but then that keeps the heart rate in control, and then you don't over fatigue yourself, so then it just shoots the rest of your run. So it was doing what I was supposed to be. I'm trying to be disciplined on this heart rate thing and that. So comparing this run to the last run as well, I did actually, because I run the same route as last week, because I wanted to get the clean data, and actually kind of, run it a little bit quicker. Like 5 seconds per kilometer quicker. Again, I'll put the details with the comparison of the 2 runs with, because I've spoken to Chatgpt about this, and then so this is the data it gives me. So yeah, there you go. And but back onto this run today in the 3 segments as well. The heart rates, average heart rate for the first part, 1 hour 15 minutes, was 144. Now that's kind of again pretty much in the middle of where I needed to be on the, maximum heart rate for the first section is 148, I think it was. So gives me a nice little bit there. So I'm not overcooking it straight away either. And then in the average, or the ceiling was supposed to be 152 for the 30-minute marathon pace, but I averaged 153. But I was comfortable. I think this is showing that my long run marathon pace part, it's getting there. It's getting nicer, and I can probably go a little bit higher than the 148, 152 beats that it gives me at the moment. But we are, still seeing what we can push and all that lot. As like I say, the training gets longer and more intense. We can then shift the pace / heart rate bits about 1 or 2 beats or whatever. The heart rate generally won't change so much, but the pace will, as my body gets used to running this effort. And because that's basically what we're doing. The heart doesn't know pace. It doesn't know like all these other parameters. It just knows what effort it needs. Like, oh, we're running, so we need to get this blood around the body, so this is the heart rate I need to do. That's what it knows. So it doesn't matter how quick my legs are kind of pushing. So, but it's good signs. There is progression there, and I'm really enjoying that. So yeah, 153 average heart rate on there. So it shows I'm comfortable at the top end of what Chatgpt has given me. And yeah, it's only half an hour in a run, but I've already done 1 hour 15 minutes. And that, so it is not like fresh legs. It's going on to a load, and then just another half an hour back home. And I kind of extend it a little bit just to get me back to a nice place to finish. And the average heart rate on that was 148 beats per minute, where Garmin or Chatgpt had said, you can have 145 to 150 as you're slowing down, kind of average, because obviously the BPM is a little bit fatigued by then, so it's just that slightly higher bit there. So I kind of fitted in the parameters that Chatgpt wanted, so I'm really happy with that. I think it was an execution run, 98% score. So really, yeah, that's a little bit progressed again from last week, which was 96. So all in all, it just showed that the body is holding up on this consolidation week, where I've improved, but I haven't kind of shot myself again, or like pushing the progress. We kind of supposed to be a bit of a level down. Instead of a down week as such, we just consolidated it, and then we push on again next week. So, yeah, great run, and I kind of missed the worst of the weather as well, because it's absolutely teeming down outside and very cold wind. So very nice to kind of be inside after all of that. So yeah, it's just been a nice end to another productive week as such. Just showing that I managed to kind of do both of these runs and that or both of these weeks nicely in the parameters that Chatgpt has asked for. Just showing the discipline, and that is, the marathon training and running in general, is the consistency that wins. You can smash out one run 1 week, not do anything for a little bit, and then go and try and smash out another run of thing. But there's no consistency if you did that. This is marathon training. It is week on week on week on week on week of boring blocks, as such. The mindless recovery runs, to just jog really, really slowly, get the 2 very productive runs in, interval training and the long run, and that is what's showing the progress. So, it's the boring work that gets you to where you need to be. And, it's fun doing the long runs. I love the long runs, but I've also managed to learn to draw back, the speed to keep it balanced so I can get this marathon pace / effort done properly and hopefully become a better marathon runner, because I've not done very well in the past. So, I get round, but not as well as I want to get round. So that is what we're looking at. So really happy with that. For the week as well, it's a slight increase because I did that extra little bit out on the weekend or the midweek interval session where I kind of joined the group again a little bit and just done a little bit longer on the hill reps, but it didn't really push it up. I'm finishing this week on 58.4 kilometers. Last week was 56.8, so not a huge increase, which we're not looking at the increase because it's a consolidation week. I'm guessing next week it will go up again a bit more. I look forward to seeing what Chatgpt has for me on the week, because I haven't really looked at it at the moment. Sorry, I kind of do it. I have it out, but it can change a little bit. So I just want to get my weeks done and all that. And I'm kind of used to that a little bit due to kind of Garmin. Never gave me the plan as such, and I know in the Garmin series I kind of did change into something that I was happy with or happier with. And that's my dinner alarm. So yeah, I've got to get that out of the oven in a minute. So yeah, finishing off basically, I'm happy with where I am. Really enjoying that. Enjoying the block. Very tough in the beginning because of this heart rate discipline that I wasn't quite used to. Mind-numbingly slow. I'm slower on the treadmill and that, but my recovery runs, I'm used to that now. I can do the 45 minutes slow, 7-minute plus kilometers on there. Really find that difficult to try to do that outside, so I'm happy I got the treadmill to do that, but it's making me a better runner. So dare I say it, I should have done this a long time ago. Most runners will say that in the end. We all run too fast. The quicker we learn to run slower, the better runner we become. So on that note, please follow me on Instagram, Neil_@dad.runs. Click like and subscribe to this video, comment, and I hope you all have a great week. And if your marathon training blocks, if you're training for a marathon block, I hope you're doing really well as well. Yeah, I'll speak to you guys soon.